what's going on, peeps? This is another out-of-theater reaction here for you. I just got a chance to see the new Mission Impossible movie, Dead Reckoning Part 1, for this nearly 3-hour movie. So at least they let you know going into it, I guess. Right off the bat, if you've been watching any of my reactions or anything on my YouTube channel, I just saw, of course, the new Indiana Jones movie recently, and I hadn't seen any of the Indiana Jones movies. I watched them all pretty much leading up to that movie. Did the same thing with this. I had never seen any of the Mission Impossible movies before, surprisingly enough. And so pretty much this whole last week, I've just been on a Mission Impossible kick, watching all the movies, and I really enjoy this franchise so much. I really actually regret not watching any of these movies a lot sooner, because they're so fun. The cast that you get in pretty much all the movies, there's something to like about each one for me personally. So I was really excited going into this movie, having watched him now. And of course, Tom Cruise, he just, comes in here, and every time he's Ethan Hunt, he just, as soon as he comes on the screen, you believe he's this guy. And the way he just, of course, doing most of his stunts still at this day and age in 2023, just so great seeing him in this role. Of course, seeing Simon Pegg back in this movie, being Rames, Rebecca Ferguson even back in this movie, has had a nice presence since she's been inserted into this franchise. Shea Wiggum in here as well, seeing him in here. Carrie Elwes, of course, bringing back Kit Ridge, the character Kit Ridge, here since the first movie. He has not been involved. And of course, also bringing along Haley Atwell. Honestly, I didn't know how I was going to feel about her character. Didn't know, what kind of character she was going to be. And she definitely is more of that character that's playing both sides. She really gets caught in the middle of everything involved in this movie with the whole MacGuffin. There's a key involved here, and then also AI as well. Runs into Ethan Hunt and his crew, and then everything just kind of spirals out from there. And yes, this movie does feel long at times. I definitely felt the length, especially when you get to the third act of this movie. It's really a really fun sequence. All the action in this movie is very fun to watch. And I definitely will say, though, this movie does feed more into the action-adventure for me than some, especially more of the earlier Mission Impossible movies, which they have kind of as you've gone into the later movies that have come out in this franchise. But this one, it just continues to do that, and this whole third act sequence is just complete action adventure. There's really there's some spy elements still involved here with it that you get in some of the other movies, but for the most part, it's just really all fun, balls to the wall action. Of course, the main stunt that everyone's been seeing, Tom Cruise doing that stunt off the cliff, if you will, on the motorcycle. Just really awesome to see. Just incredible to see. All awesome, again, the stunts that Tom Cruise does. And the story overall, dealing with the AI here, I liked it for the most part. I can see how it might be a little, I don't know, annoying for some people maybe, because it's been used a lot, just dealing with AI, that concept, in a lot of movies and television shows in recent years. But I think it's a really compelling concept, and I think if you do it well, which I think they did in this movie, I thought it's pretty well, nicely done, and it didn't bother me or anything like that. You also have Eze Morales that is with Palm Clementif in here, the two main villains that are after Ethan Hunt in this movie as well. And also bringing back Vanessa Kirby, her character, the White Widow. She is also involved in all the events. So there's a lot of different characters involved here. I really enjoy seeing Simon Pegg and Ving Rhames, their characters. They really work good together, kind of similar skill sets, but I just really enjoy the way they bounce off each other. And there's also a pretty good amount of humor in this movie. It was very entertaining throughout, despite it being nearly 3 hours, and I did feel the length at times. I thought the story was compelling enough. I was never bored. I was always entertained. The acting was really good. The camera work, the stunts, it really is incredible what Christopher McQuarrie, the director here, of course, continuing to work with Tom Cruise all these years later. It's so nice to see this film style. I think it's really cool. Classic action-adventure vibe with still having those spy thriller espionage moments in here. I can understand the criticism of not being maybe enough spy espionage thrown in here throughout. The middle of this movie, really the big second act of this, there's definitely not as much of that spy, again, that spy stuff that you're used to seeing in this movie, as you might expect, I will say. So it is a little more sparingly used in this movie, but again, feeding more into that action-adventure side, which I don't mind. I really did enjoy, especially when you do it as well as this movie did it. I thought it was just really fun. So yeah, that's really kind of my quick thoughts on this movie. Definitely go into more of my thoughts on my review If you're watching this on TikTok or Instagram, you can hit that link in the bio and you can watch any of my videos on my YouTube channel, Not Your Average Josh. But other than that, if you're already watching this on YouTube, obviously you're already there. So that is my main thoughts on this movie, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. If you're a fan of this franchise, definitely go out and see it. A lot of fan favorite moments in this movie throughout. A lot of moments where I was out loud like, whoa, oh, holy shit. Just with so many different action moments that happen in this movie. So it was really fun to watch. And yeah, definitely see it probably. And but yeah, that is my main thoughts on Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.